Ciao guys and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about Ballad of a Small Player. Alright, so Ballad of a Small Player is another movie starring Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton. Both actors and actresses I have been talking about this year before, because Tilda Swinton, I talked about her when I was talking about The End, and of course Colin Farrell, we have all seen it, or maybe not, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, which was kind of boring. But we now have another film to grace our eyes upon, one that is actually very special because it's directed by Edward Berger, the director who also created All Quiet on the Western Front, and after that he did another film I have seen, but I can't remember which one it is, but I don't remember if I liked it or not. But this time he made a film that isn't particularly well received. It only has a 2.8 on Letterboxd out of 5, which is not that great, but also not the worst, but still not that great. It's still around the 5 area if you put it on a 10 score. But I wanted to see it for myself. I always like Colin Farrell, even in A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, which I do not like. I haven't seen The Penguin yet, by the way, so I really need to see The Penguin because that is apparently genius. But I have always liked Colin Farrell. I always like to see him play. I always like to see him act. It's one of the actors I regard to as one of the greater actors. So every time I see him on screen, I automatically start thinking like, okay, this might be a great film. I don't know which film did it. I think The Banshees of Inisherin did it for me. That gave him that status for me, but I always am excited to see another film with Colin Farrell. I am less excited to see films with Tilda Swinton, just because Tilda Swinton only started acting in films that are extremely weird, extremely wacky, and I regularly do not like those films. So she is more on the spectrum for me that makes me scared for a movie with her, that makes me more on my toes for it. So I'm not as excited for those as I can be for other things. But seeing them together, I was incredibly excited to see the film. I heard that the scores weren't that great, but I wanted to see it for myself. And I have to be honest, the start of this film, like the first few shots, I started to get bored already. I was like, okay, let's do it. And then when the movie actually started with Colin Farrell in the hotel room, I immediately caught a big grid of interest. I was invested in it. I was into it, so to say. I was excited to see where the story might go, but after 15 minutes, I guess, I was already starting to get bored again. I was already starting to not feel the story as much as I hoped to, because, well, you have these poker kind of like games, these gambling games, and the one they played, the Baccarat or the Baccarat or something like that, I don't know that one. And I tried to understand the rules from what they were doing, but it doesn't seem like you can gamble upon anything. Like, you just send in some money and you get 2 cards, you pull those cards, and if you have over a 9, then you can try it again. If the other card has above 10, then it gets to 0, so you can try another card. Or it doesn't really feel like you have anything in your hand with those games. Like with Blackjack, which is a game I regularly play, not for real money, but I regularly play Blackjack, not Blackjack. Yeah, Blackjack. I do play Blackjack. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I always mix up these names. You have that in your hand. You can gamble on it. See what I did there? Like, if you have a 15, you can gamble upon getting a 6 or lower, or maybe on top of that. But like the game that they played, I did not see the shtick of it. I did not see anything that you have in your own hand, which made the tension for the games that they played extremely low. So I didn't give a fuck about it, because I did not feel like it added anything because of how big of a non-gamble it felt. This man lost money the entire time throughout the movie, but it regularly just felt like, stop playing the fucking game. You can't own this. You can't do anything to get in control of that situation. So it immediately took away everything from my tension level. And maybe I just didn't see it. I did not look up the rules because I was watching the movie, but it took away a lot from me. And then they added towards the story with the guy falling and anything else, and then you have a few scenes of Colin Farrell crying very thoroughly, and that never really got me back to the game, that never really got me back into the movie. I was a tad bit confused even as to where the movie was going, what it was trying to tell, what it was trying to do. And I have to say that in the end of the film, of course, you get it, he wants to give all of the money back, and in the end there's one more game of Baccarat, Baccamore. I have to say that one kind of did do it, but it was mostly due to the acting of Colin Farrell, which was great in that scene. The tension that he felt on his face, the tension you could feel through the screen, the way that the camera pulled and did those cards thing that you can slowly see what he had pulled was awesome. Definitely really fucking loved that. There's one big problem with everything in this film that annoyed me to the brim. I was annoyed so incredibly hard, I almost decided to take down a star for it, which is the way he fucking folded the cards. You don't do that. You take care of those cards. The way he did it, basically, if this was the cards and it was on table like this, he wouldn't look at it like that and put it back. No, he would do this basically. But if you do something like this, like I just showed you, and the card was he did this, and the card would stay like that. You break the integrity of the fucking cards, and that annoys me to the core. He did not take care of those cards, especially in the end. That annoyed me. Yes, something like that annoyed me to the brim. The movie can be as good as you can get it. I will take down a star if you massacre those cards again. Fuck off, mate. With that being said, I thought more than half of the film was pretty boring, and I did not understand the story, what they were trying to tell, but I was kind of invested in the beginning and in the end, so it wasn't the worst I have ever seen. I just was bored most of the times, and I got annoyed by those cards folding. So in the end, I genuinely really didn't care as much as I hoped to for this film, so I am going to give this one 2 stars. What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I don't think this one will do well at the Oscars, if this one goes to the Oscars even. I don't even think it will. It's a network burger film, but that doesn't have to mean anything, alright? Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you like what you've seen here and you want to see more. And if you do, click somewhere, do something, and see more. Thank you. Bye-bye.